They've lost a player though earlier on in their fights with Gaming Stars. No, they are as 4. It's every team. Yeah, every team is playing as 4 here. The East Coast by Impala, however, Blank, is going to be a bloodbath. 4Thrives, are they going to get stuck in near Impala?
They are trapped right now. 4Thrives are in a really quite difficult situation to be in between GOAT as well as TT Project. TT Project will hear these shots ringing out, and they're bringing up the rear at the moment. None of these teams are in, so they do need to move further forward. 4Thrives got a big task in front of them. Look, Hazaifa opens up well over towards Force.
Gives position away though. Teams are going to know that this is where 4Thrives are playing. Could potentially be a little bit more of a motive to get stuck in. But you know that Ulf is also in that smash point boundary. So it's not just the one team you need to worry about. Do you throw a game away to stop them from scoring points at this stage with Ulf still in the game? I'm not entirely sure, especially when they're a full 4. GOAT team looking to try and keep ahead of them, and boom, beyond that.
Really important pick-off for 4Thrives there. It means that GOAT is now on the run, and they can just follow them in. Basically ride their tailwind off the back of this one. Get further in towards the circle, but they are stuck on the edge of Impala. Must remember that.
Managed to get past it though, fairly convincingly. GOAT team have gone along the coastline behind Boom, who are taking position on these mountains, but the terrain covers it off. Where GOAT team decide to pull up is where 4Thrives are going to have to set their challenge and maybe stake their claim. Falak draws it short because now Yummy is starting to get involved. So is Octa from this massive high ground that they hold.
Gorgeous bit of high ground to work with. The big thing right now is that Yummy's also holding Longhouse, which is a hard prospect for 4Thrives because this would be a great checkpoint for them as they just swing by on this coastal edge. Hazaifa getting close to focus at the moment. Moxie providing cover.
And through all of this, Blank, Ulf are very clearly in the center, fairly safe next to Pandem. No one's pushing them at all. So it is 4Thrives in the most danger right now of our 2 hotspot teams. They've already managed to find a point, but GOAT team. Oh, Falak and Aurora, they're pushing him from behind. Oh, it's a pincer. This is dangerous. Falak is down. Will potentially get flushed away here. Indeed, he will. And 4Thrives are on 3, going very low. Octa can't quite clip. IQ on the approach. Looks for more. Looks for that spray down. But maybe Aurora into the assist.
The circle heads over towards Ulf, Pandem, Aura. 4Thrives are further to go, and they might just fall down again.
Whoa.
T24 out, leaving IQ as well as Hazaifa, the last 2 players alive.
The foundations for 4Thrives built on sand and will crumble in the desert wind right now. 2 players alive and a massive chance for Ulf to sneak this one away at the 11th hour. It's unlikely the 4Thrives finish anywhere below second, but it would be an ashen second place.
Trying to find any purchase on this circle. Aura just beneath them. Shots are taken. There's another angle along the way. You can see how low these players are going. IQ making the mad dash, but the vehicle starts to smoke.
Hazaifa and IQ. I mean, if they can pull this one out the bag, they're a stronger man than many. And they get to a shack for Hazaifa. IQ, does he commit to it as well? This is fairly central. They will be able to outlast. And remember, points are also very important with how close Ulf are now, especially given their position in the map.
Well, for 4Thrives, points are now king, because it doesn't matter if we get to the last match, because that will be the final match anyway. For 4Thrives, there is no smash outside of that 6th game. There's no smash possibility here in my eyes, with only 2 players left remaining and still under pressure.
Points for 4Thrives. 2 players are alive, but they are under a lot of pressure. Up on the hilltop. Looks like Aurora potentially getting stuck in. Shots over towards Horror. GOAT team as well with their players that remain.
Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir.
Going to play in from the northeastern side. West Edge is just so free, Blank.
Yeah.
It's Ulf and T-Flash, the only players who are there.
Pretty much, if we get a western shift on the circle, Ulf is in such a good spot because it's so barren around this area, you can see, and Ulf has this lovely position to play from. Very hard to inject yourself over towards that spot. but they still need to get a Western shift on this one. It's not done just yet, because if this pushes away from Ulf, they have to leave, and that's hard.
Certainly is. Real tough stuff. Come on through, nades traded, no knock found, but Moxie takes the brunt of the damage. Sapchi backed off the angle by the rear guards from Goat Team, but they've both taken a heavy hit and have to get some healing done. We'll be able to find some, but Focus has fallen. Boom are also out in the wings waiting for it. Goat Team starting to falter now, starting to stumble. Just these two players on the angle, and Sapchi looks for Moxie. More nades are pouring in, and Furia will get stuck in as well on the north side. BTR are there, and it's a south shift. It's not the best for Ulf, but it's still pretty bloody good.
It works well for them. They have so much control over the circle now, and they can take a lot of shots. So even if they don't get the chicken dinner off this game, there's a high potential for eliminations coming through from Ulf in the near future.
What a rip through Furia on the approach, getting one knock and flush. There is an answer from Ayala, but Furia just faltering a couple of times so far today and will not be able to jump up and be in competition for the top spot. Honor will want revenge, and they descend for one and another. The first Miramar sees Brazil out. They'll have to go to the last.
Furia not able to get over the match point, and not close enough, but looking to try and hold on to their third place spot. E-Arena is on the chase. BTR moves up. Honora getting swept aside a little bit here.
Aurora with S2G challenging them. Top goes down. Aurora now on two players. It's Doc and Seol. Kamikaze lost, and Solke up and into the fight for S2G. They've still got a backstop coming through, and Hamzy G, who's fending off TT Project, could be dangerous if they're found. Zypher down. Zypher is down as well. You're right, for 4 thrives. They are just the one player remaining. IQ, the last to stand. It's not a chicken dinner. It's not even going to be survival points at this stage. Goodness me, they are starting to limp through this one.
Good shots from Bosi over towards Aura here as they try and careen their way into the circle. Over towards that south side, Flash in a good spot. Also, you can see right here on your screen, they have the full 360.
Wow. Full control. Nowhere to hide. Aura still trying to pelt the circle with players and moving one in. Aurora still struggling against S2G, and TT Project not pushing past the backstop. Seol falls next. S2G, they're on 4 eliminations now. Look at her try and climb as high as they can on the table.
So many teams injured here though at this point in time. The Flash is up with 4 right now. Boom does get eliminated. S2G down on 3 players, Aura on 1. Pandem's still alive, but what can they do at this point? They have been struggling through this tournament so far. See if they can have a step up right now at the end. Next circle shift, so important for this team. They need it towards the north side for Ulf. But again, there are so many injured squad here, and they are one of the few 4-mans left remaining out of this lobby that has just been torn apart by the 17-minute mark.
I think they take a west shift as well, Blank, here. I mean, all the teams out to the east, your main threat then is E-Arena, but you can hold out all these teams to the east, play off of Team Flash's position as well, and just cut this circle in half. Limit the number of enemies that can take you down, and potentially earn a heck of a lot of points for it as well.
IQ keeping it calm inside the shack right now. There is a burning vehicle outside, so anyone that pops over this ridge should realistically know there might be a player in here and potentially look to clear. Pandem certainly knows what's going on. They've been taking shots towards these players for quite some time now. Okay, next circle shift. Let's see where it heads. What it will spell for the rest of the teams in the lobby.
South. Away from Ulf. They do not get the shift, and they have to move now, but the teams on the east will have to move first, Blank. That's Pandem, that's BTR, that's IQ as well, 4 thrives. So it may not be a chicken dinner here for Ulf. But you have to move as well. That might open up a western rotate.
But the Flash is a very classic position to take a chicken dinner from. One of the most classic on Miramar as well, considering just how open it is around this area. So for Ulf, a difficult task, I would absolutely say. But you're right, there's a lot of teams on the outer edge. How they play this off for the rest of the game is definitely going to be important, because they essentially need to start sweeping and thinking more about points gain towards match 6, trying to get above 4 thrives.
Some opportunities hopefully going to present themselves for S2G. They would love to get higher on the tables. We saw again that back-to-back chicken dinner in their group stage. They do know Miramar. These are some storied players. BTR, though, wants to take them out of the mix, out of the running. On the north side, they're looking to poke their noses in. With the remnants of Horror, one player left standing. No Fear is alive for Horror. BTR may well be aware of that. IQ is going to have to crawl into further up to the north.
All quietens down a little bit now. Everyone knows how difficult this next circle is to play. Big benefit for our team on the north side and Office. They've got all 4 vehicles still up because they're able to hide them away inside that compound, which is going to be a massive benefit for them into the future. Scarface starts to walk forward now for the team, tentatively placing his first steps into the circle.
And the good thing for Ulf is that they do have the roadside cover in play as well. They can get a little bit closer to the zone. They don't need to fully commit just yet. It would put them in danger though if they fully go for that roadside cover. E-Arena's position on the west, I think, is so important in this next zone blank, as well as obviously Team Flash, but E-Arena just stop anyone from crossing the road as IQ goes down. The last player from 4 Thrives falls and again denied the opportunity to smash.
Not a single placement point gathered either, John. As Ketch looks over towards Tandem, and potentially that might be an opportunity for them to open up on this eastern side. Flash also spots them and will begin to take shots.
Team Flash have such brilliant angles over towards Pandem. So do S2G, so do Ulf. I don't think Pandem can make this one. I don't think anyone can make this rotate flank. A player out in the open, maybe just dipping into the blue. Leon tries to save his bacon, but it is cooking, it is sizzling, and I don't think it's going to stay unburnt too much longer.
Flash continuing to open up from this incredible spot of the map to play in. E-Arena down towards the southwest side. Nora finding more, but shots sent over this way, and Eren at least steals away 1.
They do manage to keep on the damage. 1 player now left for Pandem. Next circle coming on through. Will it push all further? It goes central. This should be Team Flash's game. All things considered, they are coming off of a chicken dinner. They're looking to keep that momentum going and maybe jump up the tables nice and high, but it's E-Arena, TT Project on the southwest that really haven't stepped towards one another yet.
Ulf has to make a decision soon. How do they want to play this one out? They're looking for spots to play. They're not necessarily looking for players. Points would be perfect for them going forward. I really don't know how they play this one out. Do they make the big wrap over towards the eastern side potentially? S2G now coming up against Aura inside the building.
And the spray down to Kamikaze is good. Will be able to find the first one. BTR struggling with the burn, with the fire at his feet. Hamzy able to weather it. And there's only 1 player left. BTR are out. The circle is on the middle of this one, and they have to move it off. Their dash, and they lose 2. A big hit coming through from the last player of Aura, from Team Flash as well. And Ulf are down to 1. Just Ketch remains.
A disgustingly difficult push for them. They tried to set themselves up. If they got the north shift on this, they potentially win. But now Ketch is the last left alive. He's looking for placement points now, putting themselves ever closer to 4 Thrives to potentially leapfrog them in the final match of the day.
Ketch is in the zone though here, and S2G have to move now. Their opportunity to make their way forwards, and Ketch is not going to make S2G's life easy. He's not going to go down without a fight. Lost is down behind. The tractor doesn't have a lot of cover to play around. He's tagging the shots. Needs 1 more. 1 more would do it. The healing's coming. You need to land it, Ketch. What's happening? His teammates now up in play. And no smash. We're going all the way. 12 matches here. The opportunity's been there since the start of the day. But we will see our final terminal Miramar.
But high placing, decent spot to be in, get themselves ever closer, and the sights are there now for 4 Thrives at the end of the day. There is still a capability to come out swinging for 4 Thrives in those final moments.
Same could be said for Ulf though. I don't think there's anyone. I mean, E-Arena Could they potentially jump up and break that smash boundary with every single Elim left in this game? I mean, they might be able to if they get a chicken dinner here. On the western side, they do have some ridge cover. I mean, in theory, they could. In theory, E-Arena could break the smash boundary in this match. I think potentially so could TT Project as well. As much of an outside chance as it is, it's still possible. It's still possible.
They will have just to wait for the leaderboards after this game comes through and can determine just exactly how close it is towards the top side of the lobby. But deserted ground in front of them. And this is last desserts for a lot of squads right now when it comes to eliminations to potentially try and leap up towards the top side of the lobby. I'm pretty sure at one point, Ulf actually controlled the compound that Flash is currently playing. But you got to take a gamble.
Ought to be galling. The Arena flexing out, moving Schweppes into the open, as is 20K, although he's got a little bit of cover from the hay shed. Project, they've been playing on this roadside for a long time. They're not really peeking up and over. They need to stay covered off from Team Flash. S2G, very close by towards Team Flash, and this has got to be worrisome, especially when you're not able to get the knock like that. Kamikaze drifts in behind the tractor. Manages to hit the deck. A lot of damage being poured back their way. I think now is where Team Flash should start to worry.
Flash inside their building, like you say, eventually they'll have to leave. E-Arena makes the swing up. They aren't looking their way either. They were looking over towards S2G. A great moment to pick here for E-Arena to try and get themselves further into this game. TT Project meandering up the road, looking for something, but now marooned sadly on the south side.
2G will move to the east edge. Taking damage though, the vehicle goes up. I think they should be able to heal this one through. I wonder how much ammo Team Flash have left overall. It's looking like it might be pretty bare here, Blank. This could be a pretty important factor coming through for Team Flash in terms of their efficacy into these final stages.
Too bad. I mean, it's not a huge amount of ammo, but again, we're towards the end game right now. But for the Flash, they just haven't made enough casualties around the map. That's the big issue. S2G coming into this with 14 nades will be critical to push through the mire that sits in front of them.
I kind of like E-Arena for this one right now, Blank. I don't think Team Flash have the legs to get out of their compound. I mean, the next shift could gift them an absolute belter on a hard north shift, but for E-Arena, they've got this high ground overlook on the rest of these angles, and it will push just outside of Team Flash's compound. I think E-Arena may be able to take quite a lot of this game.
Actually, I think for TT Project, though, they might have just got themselves a bit of a life raft here down the south side. They swim away from E-Arena, six grenades, but most importantly here, 9 smokes. They have been saving these up all game in preparation for this moment.
On a real far stretch, both E-Arena and TT Project, again, could potentially break that smash boundary in this match, but they would require the majority of the elims left available in this lobby for either team as they start to go down. So for instance, if S2G takes shots at Team Flash and nobody loses out, nobody steals those points away, it will not be possible. We will be going in with only 2 teams there, but as it stands, we could see a third.
Game's going to get dastardly now. 40 seconds until we get to zone 9. S2G has to make their breakout. They're using smokes to cover their tracks. Loss is just going to hold the angle, but DS finds the first.
Steps in, gets the spray down. 1 Elim denied now to our chasing teams, E-Arena and TT Project. Kamikaze peeks out the side, Win looks for more, but there's a lot of damage being poured on in as well. That may be from TT Project. Team Flash have to leave the safety of the buildings that have kept them safe for so long, and their ammo supplies will be running fairly dry. Hamzy is spotted though, that does go over towards Zeus. Will he be able to confirm that flush, or will it be pinged away? by E-Arena, by someone from TT Project. As Flash lose one on the approach, Ephius finds it.
Final circle now, stage 9. It's really come down to this. TT Project desperately trying to hold out their position. E-Arena gets into nade range. Like we said before, they had a ton of nades to work with. First one heads over towards a fan, and it is good. And one goes far from TT Project, will not find the knock that they were desperately looking for, and the damage is coming through very thick.
Hamzy trying to suppress the angle as well. Effect is down and will be flushed most likely, but S2G can get involved in this fight. Foreman flushes it out. Where are S2G? Will they take the points? Will E-Arena be able to keep it going? S2G now look at a marshal the roadside, and they are fumbling. For E-Arena, they cannot find it. And S2G and Flash will close down this game. We go into a final Miramar with only 2 options of a smash, but Team Flash want the back-to-back.
Good
Good nades from S2G over the top, a team that is very well versed on Miramar, as you may know from their group. The shots are coming through. Hamzy G weathering the storm on the eastern side, and S2G, the kings of the desert, ride once again.
S2G, it will be a Turkish win, despite it not being all. But this is what we waited for them, and these final last-minute blast-outs coming from a couple of these teams are good to see.
Oh, ever so close on that boundary. 2 teams to smash on this last game, but it's most likely going to come down to those points. We will see what happens going forward. No matter what happens here, though, both teams.
No fear on the front and the fight.
They're going to be.
And finally,
who's the finals MVP, Chad? Who's the finals MVP? I think it's Sanford. Hello?
congratulations!
And
Feeling mighty
And finally,
who's the finals MVP, Chad?
nervous into this last game.